Hi, I am Bindu. Hope you all are doing well. In the previous topic, we discussed the causes of the First World War and its consequences. After the First World War, the four empires collapsed and new ones were formed. Boundaries were redrawn and international organizations were established. Aggressive nationalism, militarism, imperialism, and secret alliances were also the reasons for the Second World War. Along with the above other special contexts caused the Second World War. These are the following learning outcomes. The Treaty of Versailles. Failure of the League of Nations. German challenge to vengeful domination. Fear of socialism and Russia. Immediate cause. The defeat and the end. Consequences of world wars. Keywords. Treaty of Versailles, a formal peace agreement. Vengeful domination, the feeling of revenge. Rise of Nazism, movement led by Adolf Hitler. Failure, not functioning. Defeat, to win against someone. Consequences, result or effect. Concept map. Causes of Second World War. The Treaty of Versailles. Intensity of the terms. At the end of the First World War, a peace conference took place in Versailles. In 1919, with 32 nations covering 3/4 of the world's population, the 5 victorious powerful countries, USA, UK, France, Italy, and Japan, participated in this conference, but socialist Russia and defeated powers like Germany, Austria, and Turkey were not invited to the conference. In this conference, the Treaty of Versailles imposed some territorial penalties and military cuts on Germany. The treaty forced Germany to surrender colonies in Africa, Asia, and the Pacific, and gave territory to other nations like France and Poland. Germany refused to agree to Allied demands that Germany should surrender its merchants' ships to Allied ports. Failure of the League of Nations. The League of Nations was formed to prevent a repetition of the First World War, but within 2 decades this effort failed. Economic depression, renewed nationalism, weakened successor states, and feelings of humiliation, particularly in Germany, eventually contributed to World War II. German challenges to take revenge domination. After the defeat of Germany at the end of the First World War in 1919, the victorious Allies wanted to punish Germany for starting the war and also cripple the nation so that it cannot rise again. The conditions forced on Germany by the Treaty of Versailles were unfair, which led to the rise of Hitler and his Nazi party. Germany wanted to get back the territories lost by them in the Treaty of Versailles. Germany rebuilt its industries under the Nazis and developed a massive army. Fear of socialism and Russia. The disastrous result of the First World War caused great social changes all over Europe. In Russia, a revolution took place in 1917, and as a consequence, it became a communist state. In 1922, it became a union of Soviet Socialist States, USSR. One of the first acts of this new government was to end Russia's participation in the war and began peace negotiations. Western capitalist countries like Britain encouraged Hitler to unite against the USSR. Immediate cause. The immediate cause of the Second World War was Germany's invasions of Poland on 1st September 1939. This led to the Second World War with Germany, Italy and Japan on one side and Allied powers led by England, the USA, France and the USSR. This immediate cause is worsened by other factors such as the impact of the Treaty of Versailles following the First World War, the worldwide economic depression, the rise of militarism in Germany and Japan, the failure of the League of Nations. The fascist countries supported each other and began military conquest of neighboring countries. Which led to the Second World War. The defeat and the end. The German armies were turned back after they were defeated in the famous Battle of Stalingrad in early 1943. They captured Berlin, the capital of Germany. In the Far East, Japan surrendered to the USA after the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. With this, the Second World War ended in August 1945. The US occupied Japan but allowed the Japanese emperor to continue to rule. However, they built a constitution and established a government elected by and responsible to the parliament. Many of the Nazi generals and leaders were captured and put to trial in the famous Nuremberg trial. Nuremberg tribunal sentenced only 11 leading Nazis to death. Many others were imprisoned for life. Hitler and his close associates committed suicide to avoid being captured. Consequences of World Wars. The First World War destroyed empires, created numerous new nation states, and encouraged independence movements in Europe's colonies. It directly led to Soviet communism and the rise of Hitler. By the end of the Second World War, the United States emerged as the world superpower. It also resulted in the end of the dictatorship in Germany and Italy. Germany was divided into West Germany and East Germany. West Germany was controlled by Britain, France, and USA. USSR rebuilt its economy. After the two wars, the world understood the dangers of undemocratic government. This led to an increasing need for democracy. As a result, the United Nations Organization, UNO, was established after the Second World War. UNO is a kind of government based on 4 principles: preserving peace, upholding human rights, respecting international law, promoting social progress. These all work through agencies like UNICEF, United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, Work for Children, UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization for Education, WHO, World Health Organization for Health, ILO, International Labour Organization for Working People. UNO became a tool of great powers to USA and Russia, USSR, and managed to prevent wars and maintain peace and stability. We should learn more about the UNO and how it works in detail.